Before you move on to this lesson, I want you to flip to the back of the book to page 67. You can actually tear this page out of your book, put it under your Sam squares, and hold it up to the light to check for accuracy. Remember that you want it to be the same, not just similar, so be a stickler for this. Remove this page away from your original Sam squares and try to fix any mistakes that you made. Next, we're going to transfer our skills into drawing a person instead of just lines and squiggles. But here's the thing. Everything is just lines and squiggles and shapes. Drawing something accurately is just putting those lines and squiggles and shapes into the right spot. However, our brain really likes to get in the way when we draw something that we see often. It often screams at you, "That's not right, you're not doing it right," and makes us give up really easily. So we're going to trick our brain and do an upside down drawing. We're going to draw the girl you see smiling on page 10 onto the drawing space at page 11, but we're going to draw her upside down so that as we're drawing, it's easier to simplify her into those simple lines and shapes rather than thinking I'm drawing this girl. Grab 2 pieces of scrap paper and you're going to use them on page 10 and 11. Go ahead and line your paper up on the notches that you see on either side of both your reference and your drawing space. Now I want you to just pretend like these are Sam squares, they just happen to be rectangular. So you're going to use any tools that you can. You can mark this halfway if you want, you can mark it in fourths so you can see the differences. You can mark the sides if you want. Whatever tools that you need to help get your lines and shapes mapped out is gonna be perfect for this. So I'm gonna do the same thing over here. And I'm just gonna take it one line at a time, using those same little halfway and fourth way marks. Trying to figure out where each of the angles are. I think this is too far over. Right now I'm definitely not thinking I'm drawing a girl and I need this to look like her waist, or I don't even know what part I'm at, but that's what you kind of want. Once you have your line, and you can keep it nice and light where you think it's gonna be, then you can go ahead and you're gonna slide down on the left and you're gonna slide down on the right. And some of these might be more simple or more complicated than others. You might wanna move it down 2 times if you feel like you're ready for that, but I definitely recommend just keeping it bite-sized for now. What's nice about moving it down is that now you have some guidelines on top to help you as well. For instance, I can tell that I know this line is gonna continue straight down here, and that this next line kind of goes out from this little curve that we had earlier. These lines become a little bit closer, and this line continues almost straight down. It's pretty parallel with the side of the picture. And we're going to keep sliding it down as we go. Now right here, I could see that I made a little mistake just because I got more information when I slid it down. And just remember, that's why we're working really light. I can go back through here. I'm gonna erase a little part, and I'm gonna make sure that that little hook is a little bit closer to the edge than what I originally had it at. Now that we have the basic formatting done, we have our lines kind of in place, and we can be pretty confident in our composition. This is now when we can go back and add a little bit firmer lines. And what you're doing kind of now is really smoothing these lines that you're sure of and combining them together so that they look nice and smooth. I'm also kind of using this now like a big Sam square, and I'm checking a little bit more for accuracies. For instance, when I just did the squiggly line, I had it too close to this line, so I was able to move it a little bit. And I don't even really need to erase because my lines were so light there before. Still, don't try to think about it in terms of, okay, I'm drawing her smile, even though you can probably tell that's where it is now. Still, just try to think about it as little wiggles. And when you're ready, you flip it upside down. see that you just accurately drew a person. And I know that drawing a person is something you maybe didn't think that you could do before this book, but breaking it down into these little bite-sized pieces, lines, squares, however you need to do it, is a really great way to show you that you can do this. You're doing it right now. So we're gonna talk about the rest of this book, how to break things down even further, and then we're gonna start building them back up so that you can actually take all these shapes, take all these pieces, and then you're gonna make something that's not only a cartoon outline of a woman, but someone that looks exactly like you.